everybody knows.
The history of football centers on change at its core.
Flag football is just taking over.
Transformation built the game, but sometimes you gotta kick in the door. When gridiron glory came calling, these girls, they started balling.
Hits you like a freight train running. Whoa, splash, splash, splash.
So good, in fact, you had to run it back.
Hits you like a, hits you like a.
The Jets, we were trying to get flag football to be a varsity sport in New York, in New Jersey, and it's doing really well. From 8 teams to now into New York with over 40 teams in its second year.
Hits you like a freight train running. You better run or it's crash,
The jukes, the drives, the touchdowns, the vibes.
You better splash, 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 splash.
It's growing, it's awesome, it's growing our game, it's creating more fans of our game.
43 teams, chasing the dream. What is over is the wait. This is fate. A new football world full of girls.
Hits you like a freight train running.
With last season in the past, the approach at One Jets Drive is one of reflection and preparation.
The two things that made this first season a success was collaboration and commitment. For so many different groups to collaborate together, to have a vision, to have a goal, and make it come to fruition is unbelievable. And then on the other side, it's really the commitment. The coaches that we selected for the teams, the players on those teams, to really be committed really is what made everything come together and be so successful.
We've always had sort of like a 3-year plan in order to get the sport off the ground in New York and New Jersey. Started off with 8 teams here in New Jersey the first year, and then sort of expanding to New York, specifically Long Island in year 2.
So the reason to expand really was it was so successful the first year. Before we even played the first game, we were getting calls and emails from other schools and coaches that heard about it. How do we join this league? And so we knew we had something even before we played the first game. But then once we got to the championship game and we crowned our champion, it was just an outpouring of interest from not just other schools in New Jersey, but New York State as well.
With schools buzzing to be involved, the Jets organization knew the league would take a huge jump in year 2.
Hey, Coach, it's Eli with the Jets. Hey, not much. How are you?
We had meetings in fall 2019. We discussed with some ADs, and I remember one AD kind of telling me, I don't think our girls would be too interested, and they had like over 60 girls come out and participate in their tryouts. All it is, hey, you just give the opportunity there, and these young women are going towards it because they want to play football. They want to participate in what we think is the greatest sport in the world. We've always had those discussions like, hey, how can we keep growing the sport? Will there be an appetite there? And then after the first year, and frankly, after the first few weeks playing flag football here in New Jersey, we knew it was going to be huge. The discussions were fast. The discussions were easy, frankly. The sport sort of sells itself. The games sell itself, and it happens naturally and organically, which is great. Girls talk to each other. A girl from one town talks to a girl from another town. The ADs speak to each other. The coaches speak to each other. So being able to really grow the sport that way, without having to do a ton of outreach was even more helpful for me. But it really shows that the sport has legs, and it shows that, this thing's going to stay on its own, whether the Jets are a part of it or not.
We are so excited for our upcoming launch event for season 2. We're getting jerseys produced for one female from each of the teams to do a jersey reveal in our locker room, which is going to be a huge surprise to these athletes.
The launch event's going to be sick. That's something that we're so excited about. It's been a lot of planning. There's been a lot going into it, working with all the schools to get the uniforms created, working with the stadium to get the sort of everything set up there. We're just excited to see the girls' faces and their reactions when, we walk into Metlife Stadium. Hey, Here's your new uniform. Here's some cleats. Here's headbands. Here's gloves. Walk into the Jets locker room and bam, here's like your name up in the Jets locker where you see all these great Jets players.
What's great about it and what motivates you is the excitement from each individual school and coach that you talk to, athletic director, that they want to be a part of this. And it really motivates us to get ready for this league, to get ready for this launch event, and really provide a first-class experience for all the participants. And what we're really looking forward to at the launch event is we're going to surprise one of those female participants for this upcoming season with a trip to the Super Bowl. So to see her reaction, her parents know, they've kept it a secret from her, I think is going to be really, really fun.
To kick off the season, players and coaches from the new leagues have been invited to Metlife Stadium to start their flag football journey.
In recognition of the 36th Annual National Girls and Women in Sports Day, the New York Jets and Nike are proud to announce the expansion of our high school girls flag football league, which will continue play in spring of 2022.
What's kind of inspired me to be involved and motivated to create this league is probably from the last 20 years of working here at the Jets. I've worked closely with the Jets women's organization, and you see all these women, their love of the game of football. But so many of them probably never had the opportunity to play it in an organized, competitive sense as what we're trying to provide. So I can just imagine how much these women would love football even more if they had had that opportunity to play.
First up is our Women in Sports panel, where you will hear from several women who have taken different paths to follow their passion for sports and football.
When Jesse called me and said, can you leave the Good Morning Football set the second it ends and get over to East Rutherford? We have 40 teams. We are expanding. I said 14? 14 teams, over 40 teams. It's incredible.
I remember walking in the locker room and wanting to blend in, wanting to be like the other guys because I was the only black woman on a beat. It's great because you're watching young women that are getting access and opportunities that didn't exist for you, and it's not even like I'm that old.
All of you out here, you're girls flag football players. You obviously know yourselves pretty well already, and you're clearly comfortable being yourselves. Don't let go of that, because that to me, man, woman, no matter who your coworkers are, just embrace who you are and what you bring to the table. Don't worry about trying to be like someone else, no matter what their gender is.
It's good to say that you care about women in sports, and we pledge to help, to foster communities of women in sports, but to actually put the resources and the money behind it, that's the important thing. And today was just an example of that. So I just loved it.
This program here today we're just as proud of what we're doing with you guys as what our guys are doing on the field.
I would just like to say that I respect you guys all so much for being here today and for showing up, and big thanks to the Jets organization. Listen, I launch a lot of initiatives, a lot of things. Last year I could tell, I promise you, that it was such an investment and so important by this organization and Nike to get this done. So thanks for having us, and congratulations.
It's not just about today. This is a great day for these girls, but going forward, what awaits them? What awaits the girls coming behind them, and to keep it going, because that's what you want to do. The opportunities that didn't exist, the outlets, the resources that didn't exist for some of us, it exists for them, and the girls behind them, you want to continue that.
In a moment, we're going to bring all the players downstairs for an exclusive tour of the Jets locker room. But before we do that, we actually have a special surprise announcement. As part of the NFL's Super Bowl surprise program, we have randomly selected one player here today to receive a trip for two to the Super Bowl in Los Angeles in a couple of weeks. It is our honor to announce from Long Beach High School, Bella Silvestri as our Super Bowl surprise winner. Come on up, Bella.
The surprises, however, did not stop there.
Hey girls, come on in. Why are we scared? We should be excited. Let's go. You guys, check this out. Come in. Do you guys recognize your names? You guys got hooked up.
I was surprised when I saw my name. I'm like, whoa, this is a dream.
You guys can touch it. You guys are like, I don't want to touch it. Touch it! Can I see the cleats? Let's see. Whoa, those are so cool. Let's check these out, baby. Okay, I like it.
That looks awesome.
That's awesome. They like don't know what to do. This is so cool.
This is insane.
Those are perfect. You nailed it. Those are great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What was it like seeing your jersey hanging in the locker room?
Literally insane.
Oh my God, I walked in here and I was like, oh my God, I was speechless. I couldn't believe it. And then I turned around and I saw like Brooke Friedman and I was like, no way, like this is so cool and everything.
I knew we were getting like cleats and stuff, but I thought that was it.
So I started taking a video of everything on the wall and I'm like, oh, these might be like past players. And I took a video and I passed my name and I stopped and I'm like, oh my God, that's me.
I was really shocked, really surprised because when you walked in, you thought it was the Jets or just like other team or whatever. You didn't know until you really looked and was like, wow, that's me.
I couldn't believe it. I just thought we were coming down to get like a tour. Just to see my name on there was so cool to be like, I'm representing the Bomber family.
Oh my God, I walked in because, I walked in and I didn't even realize, like, I thought it was like all the players and then I saw everyone was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like that's my name. I was like, what? And so I was looking around and I see my name, it was like green and I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy.
I was so like happy and shook because I thought it was just like the players from the Jets, but when I saw my name, I was so excited because it's a great opportunity to have females and get this opportunity to get so much gear and stuff.
I was like, wow. It was just really exciting and something new. I've never done something like this before.
Oh my God, coolest thing ever. I honestly, when I walked in, I thought that they were the names of like the players on the Jets, and then I realized, like I looked at this jersey and I recognized the jersey, and I was like, oh my God, like that is me, like that's my name. I was speechless. I had no idea that was coming. When I walked in, I was like, no way. And then seeing my name and everything, I was like, that's really me, like that's my name, that's so cool.
I was so shocked. Like everyone was looking around and I was just like admiring everything and then it hit me like, oh my God, my name's up there. That's my jersey. I thought it was sick.
For a football player, there is no sweeter feeling than winning a championship. But for these girls, it is the opportunity to compete that drives them forward.
I think it's awesome. It's a great opportunity for us, and it's a great opportunity to help us expand and make this a really great opportunity for girls.
It means a lot. Like it really truly means a lot to know that we're finally gonna have this opportunity. Girls and across New Jersey, New York are finally gonna have an opportunity to prove themselves.
I think I'm determined. I've been in an all-boys world. I've played ice hockey my whole life, and I think this is a great opportunity for women's sports to evolve, especially in football, and I'm super excited to have the opportunity to do this at my high school during my senior year.
My brother has played football his whole life, so I've been going to games for as many years as he's been playing, and every time I watched him walk on the field, it made me want it more.
I've always watched football my entire life, been canceling weekend plans just to sit on the couch with my parents. So I personally think that being able to play flag football is a dream come true.